day, Gordon was resting in a siding. He was feeling unwell and complained to the other engines.
"Oh, I get so out of breath," he groaned. "But no one cares. They just tell me to have a rest. It's disgraceful."
"You should ask the Fat Controller to give you tanks and a bunker," teased Thomas. "That'll make you feel better. We tank engines never get out of breath, you know." It was lucky for Thomas that Gordon really didn't have the energy to reply. That evening, the men checked Gordon all over. But they couldn't make him better. "You need new tubes, Gordon," they said. "You'll have to go to the works to have them fitted." While Gordon was away, the Fat Controller chose Henry to pull the express. Henry was delighted. He loved having a chance to go flying down the line. However, his high spirits dissipated, as the day before Gordon was due back, he became ill too. The men tried to get him ready, but it was no good. The Fat Controller was not happy. "There's nothing we can do, sir," said the inspector. "The only spare engine we have is Thomas, but he can't pull the train alone." The Fat Controller pondered.
Could you manage if Jock helped?"
he asked. The inspector shook his head. "The two of them with Percy might be able to manage, but it'll be hard work." And so it was arranged. The three tank engines were coupled together. Percy in the front, Duck behind him, and Thomas in front of the coaches. The passengers climbed into the coaches, and before long the guard's whistle blew. It was time to be off. Come on, fussed Percy importantly.
We're doing it,
puffed Duck. Pull harder, Thomas grumbled to the others. The cavalcade moved slowly out of the station, and before long they were travelling along the main line. The engines couldn't move as fast as Gordon or Henry, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew that Thomas, Duck and Percy were doing their best. Now, expresses are not like branch line trains. They don't stop at every station along the line. This meant that the three tank engines never got a chance to stop and catch their breath. Soon, the engines began to feel tired, but there, just ahead of them, stood Gordon's Hill. They surged ahead, struggling up the hill, but the strain was beginning to show. At last, they crossed over the top and began coasting down the other side. "Oh, that was a near thing," sighed Thomas. "I'm glad we didn't stick there. Gordon wouldn't have let us hear the end of it." But he'd spoken too soon, as the ordeal had proved too much for poor Percy. His driver blew his whistle to warn the others, and the train came to a halt.
"We can't take you off here, Percy," said his driver. "Do your best to keep your brakes off. It's not much further to the workstation."
This made the journey much harder for the other two engines, but they struggled on. As the works grew closer still, They used every last ounce of strength and steam to summon a last brave effort to reach the station.
Nearly there,
panted Duck. We can make it, wheezed Thomas. Poor Percy had no steam left to say anything. At last, the workstation pulled into view. They were on the final approach when Duck found that he simply could go no further. Thomas couldn't pull the heavy coaches and push Duck and Percy all on his own, so the cavalcade came to a stop, with the workstation right in front of them. There, watching nearby, was Gordon, staring in disbelief at what he'd just seen. The Fat Controller had been on the train, and he came to tell the engines how happy he was with them.
"You all did very well to get this far," he said, "and I'm very proud of you. You shall have a long rest, and when you come back to the yards, I shall have the men give you new coats of paint."
Duck, Percy and Thomas were uncoupled from the train and moved off to a siding. As the tank engines moved away wearily, Gordon looked at Thomas and winked. He didn't need to say anything. Thomas knew exactly what he meant.